question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Dolphins on Thursday night primetime.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly two of the best. Of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now Wilson. Incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, as he can really impact this offense. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Waddle now to return it. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson. Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lynch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That's one way to get yourself out of a hole. They're backed up deep. And while this looked like a simple completion at first, he was able to create some space, and off he goes. Separation not just in the route, but after the catch, too.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Miller with a first down and more. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. 2nd and 8 coming up. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meet.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
They're throwing it on first down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a first down.
On first down, Kendrick. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. On 2nd down now, Kendrick. And they'll get this down to the 10. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that deep.
Touchdown! That's caught. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's James. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Miami set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The numbers from last week for Benjamin. 5 catches, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give right side. James finding some room at midfield. Sheds off the tackle. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. Point after, right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
Look at her, baby.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff to Miller. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll run on first down. Kendrick, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about this.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go, fellas.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson now. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They toss it left side to Peterson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. James. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Schwartz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 45 yards. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point up and through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run it with James. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. On the ground, it's James. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. And out a little across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Get ready. 10's the mic. 10's the mic.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a gain. 4th down. As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Mike 10. Watch the pass. Here we go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Oh, the lonely punter inside their own 20 figured for sure they were punting this away. They did not, and the move does not pay off.
You think someone put up the stop signal when he started to trot over the sideline? Nope, no, son. We're going to go for it here. Usually when you see a team do these...
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here we go.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout.
We got 4.
But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Let's go, D.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's Benjamin with a catch. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 15. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And the Ravens taking the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. James has got it. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.